Melbourne, Australia. There's all sorts of ways beyond merely the score to measure just how dominant Jannik Sinner was while outplaying and frustrating Alexander Zverev during the 6-3, 7-6-4, 6-3 victory Sunday that earned the 23-year-old Italian a second consecutive Australian Open championship, the 0 break points Sinner faced, or the 10 he accumulated. The 27-13 advantage in points that lasted at least 9 strokes. Or the way Sinner accumulated more winners, 32-25, and fewer unforced errors, 27-45, the way Sinner won 10 of 13 points that ended with him at the net. Or the way he only let Zverev go 14 of 27 in that category, frequently zipping passing shots out of reach. And here is one more bit of evidence. Listen to what Zverev told Sinner during the on-court trophy ceremony. "You're the best player in the world, by far. I was hoping that I could be more of a competitor today, but you're just too good. It's as simple as that." That's coming from the guy who is ranked no. to behind Sinner, who has held the no. 1 spot since last June and is not showing any signs of relinquishing it. This was the first Australian Open final between the men at no. 1 and no. 2 since 2019, when no. 1 Novak Djokovic defeated no. to Rafael Nadal, also in straight sets. That includes being the youngest man to leave Melbourne Park with the trophy 2 years in a row since Jim Courier in 1992-93 and the first man since Nadal at the French Open in 2005 and 2006 to follow up his first Grand Slam title by repeating as the champion at the same tournament a year later. Since the start of 2024, Sinner has won 3 of the 5 major tournaments, including the US Open in September, and his record in that span is 80-6 with a total of 9 tournament titles. His current unbeaten run covers 21 matches. The only thing that's clouded the past 12 months for Sinner, it seems, is a doping case in which he was cleared by a ruling that was appealed by the World Anti-Doping Agency. He tested positive for a trace amount of an anabolic steroid twice last March, but blamed it on an accidental exposure involving 2 members of his team who have since been fired. Sinner initially was exonerated in August. A hearing in the VADA appeal is scheduled for April. While Sinner became the 8th man in the Open era, which began in 1968 to start his career 3-0 in Grand Slam finals. Zverev is the 7th to be 0-3, adding this loss to those at the 2020 US Open and the 2020 French Open. Those earlier setbacks both came in 5 sets. This contest was not that close, not at all. "We're trying to do all the right work," Zverev said. "I'm just not good enough."